Hello and welcome to Wicklow Good News with me, Gillian Gotzel. Today I'm delighted to be joined by animal lover Stephen Harding and dog groomer. So welcome to the show, Stephen.
Hi, Jill. Very nice to meet you, and thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. We know you're a bit of an animal lover. You were just
I
explaining
am
before,
indeed.
you've traveled the world and you've worked with turtles and with rescue dogs, and what you haven't done, doesn't bear talking about. So, but you came to our attention because this random act of kindness that you did in the middle of the pandemic. So tell me about how you were helping our four-legged friends.
Well, I suppose, Jill, how that came about was I've worked in different salons. I came straight out of college. I went back to college as a mature student and did 2 years of animal care. And I suppose the way that happened that day was I had my regular clients that I used to rent a space in Bray. And I had some clients calling me and they were worried about their dog's nails, not knowing when this pandemic would end. So they were worried about, my dog looks as though its nail is getting ingrown and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go to people's houses, obviously, because I don't think at the time that was allowed. So I called the Garda Síochána in Greystones and spoke to them twice. And I said, look, if I was to cut some dogs' nails and just trim their face, just to make them a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Would that be okay? And they said, yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah. So I decided I probably had about 8 maybe booked in, and then I just decided to put it up on Facebook that if there's anybody else looking for, worried about their dog's nails and wants a little bit of a trim. I also have a little electric trimmer that kind of trims the gunk out of their eyes as well. So I went online and I did a course on, it was like kind of best practices of how to care, while this pandemic is going on. And, wearing gloves and the difference between
I see,
just
yes.
cleaning and So after I did that course, I thought, I might as well do this in the park. I guess I did about 25 dogs.
That's mad. You did a call out. You had 8 clients, and it was all free. You said, "Bring your little pooches to me," because you don't think about
the odd person threw me a $5, and I was like, no, and then they hid it under a blanket or something.
Yeah. That was so cool, because dogs' nails need to be cut, don't they? Because they can become ingrowing, uncomfortable, actually painful. And also, I understand that cutting a dog's nails, you have to be very careful because there's nerves in them. It's not just dead skin.
There is, of course.
So you have to be really careful. And that didn't occur to me that
the nerve goes down, and I mean it happens in a salon, maybe a couple times a week where we do get a bleed. Like it does, it's a normal thing. But to do it at your home, with an Aldi's clippers, let's say, is not ideal.
Yeah, you don't want to put the dogs at more risk than
you need to do it kind of. It needs to be done correctly.
So you had this queue of people, 25 people with their pooches all lining up.
About 25 people.
That's mad, isn't it? In the middle of the park.
It was great. It was great because people they were, I think people, especially in Ireland, are very aware of the distance thing, and we have been quite good, So even though there was groups of people kind of talking and around me, they were keeping the distance,
Yeah, out in the fresh air.
But it was great.
That's super. And it was a great thing to do. And tell me, what other advice would you have? Because if things are starting to, the lockdown beginning to be lifted, whatever. What other advice would you have especially for dog owners, if they're worried about their pets, so they can't get to their dog groomers?
You see, that's the bit of the issue at the moment. Like, for instance, the lady that I used to train and work for in Bray on Vivie Road, she has closed. but I believe somebody else is in there now. There's VIP Pets, but a lot of these, they have huge backlogs of clients, you know.
No more than the hairdressers, I suppose.
Absolutely, it's, you know, it's crazy.
And
I
you
suppose
are hoping to open your own grooming business in a few months'
I've
time.
it's all the deal is done as of last week. Yes, so I will have my own place, and we're just waiting on the planning permission to go through. So
The
yeah, it
timing should be good then,
in about
because
3
hopefully by
months.
then the lockdown will be lifted and
Yes,
you can see the
yeah,
dogs
absolutely.
again. Wow.
But I know I just wrote down a couple of notes. But even, you know, even when I do open back up, because this could be, you know, we could be looking at this. This could be, nobody knows. This could be going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, let's hope it's not, but it could be going on for quite a while. So I had kind of some ideas from the course I did, and where my grooming salon will be. I will have a side entrance, so I will leave a big cage for the person to put the dog into. So, you know, take off the leash and take off the collar, and they'll put the dog in the cage. So I will have actually no contact with that person,
Right.
and then bring them into my salon, and then the same thing when they're picking them up, and then I will stagger the so I'll never have customers in at the same time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it'll be staggered each customer. I only kind of look to do, like, I've only been grooming. I was looking at Facebook, Sagas, when it reminds you when you first started grooming, and, you know, when you went to college or what you did. But my sister's a groomer, and I first groomed my first dog 5 years ago, but really started getting into it about 3-4 years ago, and have had some incredible mentors. Like, that's the main thing. I think you really need good mentors to be a good groomer, you know.
And it's nice. So your passion is working with the animals, working with the dogs. So you don't
Absolutely.
work a day in your
100,
life. Sure, you don't, because
100.
you enjoy it
Well,
too
that's
much.
it. Yeah, absolutely. I love it so much.
Yeah, that's so cool. I want to thank
I,
you again from Wicklow
I,
Good News, because such a good story. It was lovely. I love the idea of all the pooches coming along in the middle of the
yeah, no.
pandemic. It
And I
was
just wanted to mention as well, sorry, Jill, that I do, when I am open, I will do assistance dogs for free.
brilliant.
So anyone that has an assistance dog, I will do for free. And anyone that's just rescued a dog, I will give a discount as well, also.
I'm glad you interrupted me and you
So
reminded me of that. That is so cool. No, that's brilliant.
yeah, no, I think that's a
Finally,
kind of
do you
big
have a
thing.
name for your
So
business?
yeah,
Do you have a name for your business?
I still have, see, I still have the Grange Groom is still there on Facebook. So if
Okay,
people go to the Grange Groom,
they can find you.
I think I'll keep the name, because I've had it. At least they find me. They can see my reviews. They can see, you know, what I've been doing, and
Brilliant.
kind of, yeah, who has been mentors, and where I went to college, and all that kind of thing. So
Excellent.
yeah,
So the
I think
Grange
I'll keep it.
Groom is
The
on
Grange
is
Groom.
you is you
Yeah,
on. Excellent. Well, thank you
yeah,
so much for your
absolutely,
time today. I love the
definitely.
fact,
Yeah.
say that in the middle of the pandemic, a
Thank you
little bit of
so much.
sunshine. Super. And I love also that your
Yeah.
commitment to assistance dogs are free and rescue dogs get a big discount. So always very welcome to hear. Thank you
They
so
do
much for
indeed.
your time.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
absolutely. It was lovely chatting to you, Jill. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's Stephen Hardy,
Okay.
dog groomer
Mind
with
yourself.
Grange
Take care.
Groom. Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you to Marlena Murphy producing and Gavin Dowd on sound. That's all for Wicklow
Thank
Good
you very
News
much.
this week. Be good, be safe, and keep on helping other people and dogs.